Today we're working on Triangmukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana, which sounds like a big, crazy pose. It's not that big or that crazy, but there are a lot of things going on. So we're gonna kind of build the elements and then we're going to do the pose as one thing. Lots of things going on. One leg in Virasana, big stretch for the quadricep. One leg in Paschimottanasana, big stretch along the back of the leg, the hamstrings. There's a forward fold, there's a slight twist, there's a slight back extension even. So really very beneficial pose, gives you the benefits of several other asana all in one. But to get started, we're going to need a brick and a strap today. And we're gonna go ahead and come on down to Virasana. Let's keep our strap within arm's reach. Coming to Virasana, we're gonna start standing on our knees, our toes untucked behind us so the tops of the feet press down. And then general idea, seat comes down toward the heels. Now if you start to come down and that feels like too much, you can use your brick, but if you're able to come all the way down, we're only gonna be here about a minute or so, so not too long. Now, I want you to, wherever you are, lift up just a little bit. Take the thumbs, move the flesh of the calves off to the side, then sit back down. Notice how that helps you bring the shin and the tops of the feet into full contact with your mat. Good. The tailbone draws slightly under as the navel draws up. Shoulders roll down away from the ears. And you can press hands down into the thighs at the tops of the hip crease to help you extend the size of the trunk a little bit more. Good, so this nice long spine is our starting point in Virasana, but also as we get to Triangmukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Very good. The knees are drawn in toward the center line. A lot of times you'll see people, knees kind of flop out to the sides like this. We want to draw the knees in toward center. Good. We'll go ahead and come on out of that. Hands come in front of you, cross at the ankles. We're going to extend both legs out long in front of us. Really good. Now, we'll take a moment. Use the hands to move the flesh of the buttocks off to the sides. Bring the sits bones into firm contact with the earth. And let's bring our fingertips behind us. Press down into the fingertips to roll the shoulders back. Lift through the sternum, extend through the spine. Really good. Now, this is Dandasana. It's our starting point for Paschimottanasana. Same pose, except we're going to start to hinge at the hips. But remember, in our forward fold, a lot of times the tendency is for people to want to get down so much. They're kind of dumping into the shoulders. We don't want that. We want full length, full extension of the spine. And we're going to keep that length as we walk our hands forward. Now you can keep your hands to the outsides of your legs. You can come down, grab the feet if that's accessible, or you can take your strap to the mounds of the feet, wrap your hands around once, and give the strap a tug. That's going to help you find that action. Shoulders rolling back, sternum lifting, nice long spine. Good. And we'll set our strap to the side for now. So, very important, especially because there's this slight twisting, this teeny bit Parivrtta motion. Our spine we want to lengthen the spine first before we move. Make sure we're not collapsing or compressing into one side to lengthen the other side, right? Lengthen both sides and then we twist. So, we're going to start by coming into Virasana. Good. The knees are to the center line. Let's start with just our right leg. We're going to move the flesh of the right calf off to the side. Good. Now we're going to lean over, swing your left leg around in front of you. Good. Now, as you come into this position, it might be a lot. Or you might find yourself kind of leaning over to the right sit bone popping up. General idea, we want both sits bones level. And if that feels like too much of a stretch in this right leg, which it likely does, we're going to take our brick. We're going to lift up. We're going to slide the brick underneath our left sit bone. So notice how that sort of helps us balance out that tendency to want to lean over and the right sit bone pops up. By giving ourselves support underneath the left leg, we have handled the problem, correct? Right leg is still in Paschimottanasana. The toes point straight up for the sky. You can hop the heel a little further forward. Imagine lengthening all the way from the hip crease to the heel. And then, just like before, fingertips come behind us. We roll the shoulders back, lift into the sternum, lengthen the spine. Good. And we want to keep this length as we rotate the torso to bring the sternum in line with the toes. Really good. Now, this might be where you're at. If you're feeling plenty of sensation, especially along the back of your left leg, you're going to stay there. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, remember the spine stays long as you start to walk yourself forward. The shoulders stay back. The sternum extends forward. And you can take your hands to your foot, or if it's more accessible, strap to the mound of the foot, wrap the hands around, give the strap a tug. Try to widen the collarbones and the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, take a few breaths. Good. We're going to release there. Release our strap off to the side. Leaning to one side, release the brick. Lean to the other side, extend your right leg long to meet your left. Take a moment, notice the difference between your two sides. Good. The second side, same as the first. We'll start in full virasana. This time our left calf, we're gonna lift up, move the flesh of the left calf off to the side. Come sit back down. Lean to the left, slide your right leg out long free. Good. And again, as you lower down, that might be, what's going on in my left leg? Brick is here to help us. We're gonna pick up, slide the brick underneath our right sit bone. Again, notice how that helps you find evenness in the sits bones rather than the left sit bones kind of popping up to counteract the deep sinking in the right. Good. Even sits bones. Right knee draws to the center line. Top of the foot presses down. Fingertips behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Lengthen the sides of the trunk. Good. Keep that length as you rotate the torso slightly. Sternum in line with your right toes. Good. Take an inhale here. Keep the length in the spine. Exhale, start to hinge at the hips. Folding forward, but keep the shoulders back. Keep the sternum forward. And either reaching hands for the foot, or of course your strap is here to help you. Strap can come to the mound at the bottom of the foot. Wrap your hands around once. Pull into the strap. Draw the elbows out to the sides as you bend to widen the collarbones. Widen between the shoulder blades. Slight tuck of the chin lengthens the back of the neck. And we'll breathe for a moment. Good. We'll release our strap if we're using it. Slide it off to the side. Lean over, move your brick off to the side. Lean to the other side. Left leg extends long to meet the right. Fingertips prop behind you for support. We'll kick out the backs of the legs. And that'll do it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.